Before we get to anything, we were all at Media Day. We had the opportunity to play in it, and I have to say, playing that golf course, you now understand just how good those guys are that are coming, because it's a hard golf course, Skip.
Rough is like this, Dom, like your backyard right now. It's been so wet. And what's always amazing to me is the strength of these guys that are able, it won't be this tall come tournament week,
right?
But the strength of those guys to get that ball out of there. When
How did you play?
I played horrible.
Did you have any pars?
I think I shot 72, but I played 12 holes. So.
I had 4 pars.
We're getting the golf jokes
I had
in
4
early
pars.
here.
Dom did this entire portion of the segment just so he could say he had 4 pars.
I had
many holes
4
did you
pars.
play?
Yeah.
We played 14, but I had 4 pars.
Just to be clear,
pretty
before
good.
we went out, I talked to Chad Marks, and I said, hey, I really apologize for what I'm about to do and all the divots out there. And he said, don't worry, I don't care about divots in the rough. And boy, was he accurate. Wow. Spent a lot of time out there.
I will say, Adam, I was hanging back there on the putting green while your group went off, and I did look over to a couple of guys, Anthony and Scotty were there, and I said, I bet you $50 he hooks it right into the creek. And Anthony's still like, man, boy, that's awfully mean. I was like, I'm just speaking facts, that's all. And right after I said that, woo, right there, 70 yards or so into the creek.
Ball is a beautiful thing.
You don't get a breakfast ball at Muirfield Village?
Breakfast ball is
ridiculous.
The caddy said breakfast ball.
Breakfast ball is a beautiful thing.
It's good to be the king.
Did you tip your caddy?
I did. I tipped my caddy.
I hope so. My goodness, that guy got a workout. Anyways, so we know this golf course is tough. Skip, Jack runs this tournament like a major. He's made numerous changes over the years. He wants it to play tough. The winning score last year was 7 under par. Is that too hard?
It's difficult. The interesting thing about the score this year is the placement on the schedule. It's the week before the U.S. Open. Do golf fans want to see U.S. Open type scoring back-to-back weeks? I think the fans want to see birdies. Obviously, there was discussion about the 16th hole, the changes that he made there. The 16 was too hard last year. It was ridiculous. And when we got a chance to virtually talk to Victor Hovland a couple of weeks ago, we said how guys were purposely aiming for the front right bunker, just try to get up and down to make par, because a good shot into that green wasn't rewarded.
Adam, we go to that, the 16th hole. And let me just say, I'll give my take in a minute, but the 16th hole, the players complained, said it was too tough. The best players in the world complaining that a hole is too tough. And the Golden Bear, who these guys, personally, they would not be making the money they're making now if it wasn't for guys like Arnie and Jack and even Tiger. He changed it. What's your take on that now?
Well, you think that hole is incredibly tough, Adam.
Well, sure, he's an amateur.
You've never even triple bogeyed it.
Listen, I have never been more upset than when I sat down with Dan Sullivan 2 months ago and he said, hey, we completely moved it, made it more of a direct target. Because I want these guys to challenge themselves. I want the idea.
There's a difference, though. There's a difference in a hole being playable and then players being able to go out and just eviscerate the golf course where they can land it on the green.
Well,
and the ball
what the players
will instantly
want.
Stop.
That's what they want.
16 has really just been too tough.
I want a par 3 that they have to walk up and say, you know what? Not in this corny way we say it. A par is genuinely a win on this hole. If on Sunday, if somebody walks up and they have a one-shot lead, I don't want it to be, okay, if I stick it in there, maybe I've got a birdie putt. I want it to be, I've got 3 shots to get up and down here, and if I do that, I'm getting one back on the team.
I'm just saying there's a difference when you have professional players saying, like you guys mentioned, they're aiming for a bunker instead of a fixed point on the green, even short on the green.
It's part of the game.
It's the game.
Why are they changing it then? Why do they make adjustments?
Because they were upset.
They get upset. They want to see good shots rewarding.
Look, sometimes I complain to my wife at home. Sometimes
How's
the things
that
are sometimes the things are ridiculous, and sometimes they actually make sense, right? And in some points, if they make sense,
Timmy,
you can make a little adjustment.
Timmy, here's my question for you, Timmy.
You wouldn't know.
Timmy, we're not talking about the Timmy Hall skill level at Muirfield Village.
Please.
We're talking about the greatest golfers in the world. Why should this not be a challenge for these guys? Aren't these the best golfers in the world?
It's, again, like we're talking about a minor adjustment to a par 3. It's still a really challenging golf course. I actually thought that the PGA Championship was a lot of fun because I think in a golf season we're going to get a mixed bag, right? And courses can get easier depending on the conditions that week. They can get more difficult if they decide to lengthen it and add in trees or whatnot. I think he's just trying to find a sweet spot where there can be some scoring when good shots are hit, but also can remain really challenging to the best players.
I was going to say that the way it's set up determines what the score is going to be as well. You remember back to the COVID year where they had back-to-back events. Week one was 20-plus under par won it. The following week was single digits. So there you go.
So I do think going back to that 7 under par, we have to remember that last year, Muirfield was like a desert by the end of that thing. I mean, it was rock hard. And so that is not normally how it plays. The PGA Championship played that way because they had so much rain. We all know that. I just love the idea that you go out there and you challenge the best in the world to make par. And if they get a birdie, that's because they're the greatest.
I think I know what Skip's answer is going to be to this, but I want to hear what the young gun has to say. Jack says he wants the players to think their way around the golf course, to have to think every shot that they take, not just go out there and launch it and bomb it. Should shot making still be a part of the game, Skip?
Absolutely. It's a big part of the game, and that's what makes Muirfield Village the great golf course that it is, one of the top in the country. And it's what kind of golf course is it, Dom? It's a second shot golf course.
Yes.
Guys have to shape it left, right, around trees to exact locations on the green so they get the best opportunity for birdie. But absolutely, guys, you just can't get out there and bomb it. That's why the rough needs to be penal.
What do you say, Tim?
I mean, I completely agree with Skip. I mean, that's the one element. It's the one that, well, honestly, we watched Bryson DeChambeau this last week. I mean, he's been gone doing his he's a live boy now, but he's been doing his thing.
Those are fighting words.
They are fighting words. We're talking about the Memorial. Those guys can stay home or wherever they are. But you see how far he hits the ball. Right. And so you've got to have some other element of attack if you're a course designer or if you're just somebody that's setting up the golf course or if you're someone like Jack that's getting a tournament ready. And I think there's several spots that I can think of at Muirfield Village where if guys are struggling a little bit, it can become challenging. The way you play 5, the par 5 with the double-sided fairway is a spot. How you hit your second shot and what the angle of attack is if you want to leave it off to the right in that ball catch area, the fringe. And you take 14, another one, for example, where you could try to bomb that thing
down there.
Right over, run it down, and have a flip wedge in. Or do you want to play it safe and be in a good position off the tee and hit a little bit longer? I would like to see a longer par 3, like something in that 270 range.
Well, you did have that at 6.
You just complained about it.
Here's the bottom line. This is not the first time, Skip, that we have seen this movie where the players complained. Right. Jack had the furrow rakes where there was basically Grand Canyon in the bunkers, and the players complained about that. My question for all of you, are the players of today as tough as the players of yesteryear? The guys like Arnie, the guys like Jack, and I'm even going to throw Tiger in there.
Oh, don't
I never heard those guys complain. Ooh. They just went out and won.
You know the answer to that question, Dom. Of course they're not. Everybody's softer today than they were even 25 years ago. Sorry, guys.
What do you say, Tim? What do you say? The two young guns. What do you guys say?
You know what? I mean, I don't know. Did they never complain about anything back then?
I'll say this.
Well, let's go. I don't remember Tiger complaining. Ever. Tiger just went out and won.
Yeah. You look at guys like Tiger, Kobe, those kind of players. They just went out there and whatever the conditions were, they handled them and played them. One, because everybody's playing the same golf course. Everybody's got the same rules in golf. You can play the same golf ball. You can work as hard as you want in the weight room to hit it further. So at this point, I mean, I don't like the complaining side. Now, I can complain.
Timmy, here's what I will say about guys like Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods. While the rest of the field were complaining and their mind was off what the mission of hand was, those guys used that as an advantage because they're all playing the same course. They all got the same tough shot. And while they were all pouting and whatever, they were just out winning.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I do enjoy the U.S. Open, right? I think, as I said earlier, you think about the golf schedule and some of these courses, guys are going to be able to go extremely low, and there's a place in the game for that to just watch, birdie barrages left and right. And then there's going to be more difficult tracks, and there's some that are regular stops on the PGA Tour schedule too. And the Memorial's kind of ebbed and flowed. Like we've had What's the record low? I don't have it off the top of my head, but it's
20.
just
I just
closer
looked
to
at this.
20,
Yeah.
right?
20.
Is it?
Landon.
Yeah. So there you go. We're up around 20 under par. 7 under, I don't think also is a number where it's like extreme level of difficulty. We've had U.S. Opens where over par is the champion.
Yeah. Well,
and
it's
that's
the
what you're
lowest-
talking about, Dom, not complaining, but just going and getting the job done over the
That's the way
toughest
I
test
see
in
it.
golf.
7 under is the lowest it's been in, I think, nearly 40 years. And they heard about it. They were not
Yeah,
happy at
yeah.
the 7 under.
One last thing as far as changes to the golf course, and this was unintentional, is they lost the tree right by the bunker there on 18
Right.
at the corner. Asked a number of times if that's going to affect play for the pros. They said absolutely not. You and I are the only ones that hit that tree, but visually it's going to look different there on 18.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Great stuff. Keep it on 10 TV. 97.1 The Fan for all your Memorial Tournament coverage. We are simply the best in the game.